Hello, I'm Tanya and I'm one of the conservation biologists here at Marble Wildlife. Part of my job is to run the EEP for the European Zoo Association for Grevy zebras. EEP stands for European Ex Situ Program. Ex situ means that the animals are in the zoos and not out in the wild.
Marble have lots of species part of the EEP programs, such as birds, tigers, bongo, banteng, pygmy hippos, all really endangered, so they're very important for the breeding programs we have here. So we recently welcomed a new female pygmy hippo, which is very important because they're endangered. So we already have a male called Oliver. She is too young at the moment to breed, so they won't be mixed for quite some time. We've also got here some critically endangered bongo, and they are the breeding herd, so we've got 2 females and a male. We also have a young male. He is a very important breeding male as well. And we recently welcomed a 3rd banteng calf a couple of weeks ago. So we welcomed 2 last year, end of last year, and then the 3rd one quite recently. And again, they are very endangered, so it's all important breeding progress for us.
We have these breeding programs in zoos for endangered species, and we run these programs because if anything goes wrong with the species in the wild, we always have the one in the zoos that can provide a backup. So the EEP coordinator, the breeding program coordinator, uses the data collected in a stud book, which records who the parents are, when they were born, where they are, when they get moved from one zoo to another, how they're all related to each other. And the EEP coordinator then analyzes those data and can see which animals are particularly important to breed, and then the coordinator has to decide which male breeds with which female and how often and where as well. So it's a bit like a dating agency. Once the coordinator has found the right animals on paper, the zoos arrange the transfer and make sure that either the female goes to the male or the male to the female, and then they meet. And then we all have to just wait and see if the animals actually get on with each other, because like humans, they have their preferences and their dislikes. So it doesn't always work, but in many cases it does. And then we get some lovely calves or foals or chicks from them and increase the population further for conservation.
We keep an eye on the new individual, kind of see how they react to the rest of the group, and then make a decision on when to mix them. We keep a lot of records, so if we do see any behaviours between them, whether it's just acknowledgement or actual breeding behaviours, we'll write that down so then we can gauge when they could potentially give birth if they have mated. Interested behaviours from the males towards the females, a lot of head nuzzling, especially in the bongo, the banteng. You will hear vocalisations as well. With a lot of species, they are picking up on scent, so if they can sense that the females are in estrus, that's when they are more likely to mate with them, and they will, for example, the bongo and the banteng, they will produce the phlegm response to kind of smell all the hormones. Then they know the females are ready to mate with. Once the offspring have been born, we tend to just leave them to it so that they can bond with the mum can bond with them. It's very important that they've got that interaction with each other, and it can be a good couple of years before we've got another recommendation to move the offspring onto another collection to again breed.
Not all the species in the zoos have breeding programs. We are concentrating on the endangered ones because they need more help, of course. And also it takes a lot of time and manpower to manage these programs, but there are well over 200 EEPs at the moment in Europe, and more are coming online every day.